Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We finally have an NFL football game.
How about that
today.
White Castle?
Dude, White Castle delivered to the castle.
I can't believe it.
Bam, bam, bam. Yes,
I can't believe it.
At
Wow.
1 o'clock in the morning this morning.
We have a violator in the house.
What do you mean? What do you mean he violated? Who violated?
That was all.
You can't have White Castle delivered to the bar. Come on, man.
That's
delivered
a pro
to the
move.
bar at the castle. I was
Wow.
eating White Castles in a castle at 1 o'clock in the morning that I Grubhubbed.
I wouldn't even know how to Grubhub.
I was hungry, bro. They didn't have any food there.
I've never Grubhubbed or DoorDashed in my life.
Bro, it's a staple in this house, bro.
It is?
A staple. I get pissed off because my kids are Grubhub. And then
Barrett's a Grubhub. Just look at him.
Yeah. You know what Grubhub is to me?
What's that?
I tell my wife what to make. That's
You're all grubbed up.
Yeah, I'm all grubbed up. And then I dash up to the dining room and eat it.
Bro,
oh man.
Bro, I last night after the fashion show, right? I mean, it was a great fashion show, you know, fashion show. You know, breast cancer survivors. I walked, you know, like 3 or 4 women who were breast cancer survivors down the runway, walked them back, you know, had a great time. And I totally didn't eat anything before the festivities. They had food everywhere, but I didn't eat because I was too busy talking to people and showing the ring and all
How?
that. I didn't eat because people are steady. Hey, can I get a picture?
Showing the ring? You didn't even bring like a granola bar or anything with you?
It was food everywhere. I didn't get anything to eat. So I was just drinking on an empty stomach. I needed something to soak up the alcohol that I had consumed. So I was like, you know what? I'm in New York. There has to be a White Castle's. And lo and behold, I hit Grubhub. 7.2 miles away, a White Castle's.
Wow.
Score!
So Long Island is probably full of White Castles.
Bro, it was amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I got it.
What was the delivery fee on that? They marked it up 10x? The cost on that? That's like ordering an Uber at rush hour.
Right. Well, you know what? It being in Long Island, I thought it was going to be up, but it was still in the $8 for the Grubhub. It was only $8. But I actually ordered 10 double cheeseburgers and 10 regular burgers because there were people there with me. I didn't want to just be eating White Castle. No. And come to find out, everybody loved the White Castles. They were pissed off. So they ordered them some later on.
Wow.
Yeah. It was one of those nights.
So you turned people on to White Castle.
Bro, they were already on it. They were like, oh, White Castles? Bro, I know you ordered enough for me. I'm like, next thing you know, the exact same order came back. You know what I'm saying? The exact same order came back. It was amazing, man. It was amazing. Then I got up at 4 this morning after eating my White Castles. I got up at 4 this morning, not because I wanted to leave, but because I ate White Castles.
Oh, yeah. Right. A little early wake-up call.
Yeah, so then I jumped up, man, jumped on the road and drove back, man. It still took me 3.5 hours. 3.5 hours, man.
Yeah, no matter when you leave, it's going to take you 3.5 hours.
That's a long trip.
The G-Dub was why is the GW packed, man?
Yeah.
And it's that late.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to me.
All the time. It's the only way to get in there.
You're kind of
from that area.
Either way.
From Connecticut, yeah. In Long Island, Connecticut, that area right there.
I mean, unless you want to take the 2nd Avenue Bridge, there's no toll on that.
Well, you know what? I wasn't worried about the toll. It was no toll going back. But what was messed up?
I'm saying it's less of a traffic issue.
Oh, is it? I didn't know about that because I used not
Google
is it? Maps.
Yeah.
I used what's the other one? Not Google Maps, but there's another
Apple Waze.
What Waze? I think.
Apple Waze.
WAZE.
Yeah. So I use that, and it tells you police. It tells you
you're all wazed out. Look at you.
I was, man. So I had a great time, man. A great time.
I tell you, man.
Yeah.
You told
Harry had a great time watching hockey last night.
Yeah, I watched a little hockey last night. The Flyers with a big win. over the Bruins. They're scoring goals.
Get out of here.
Yeah, man. Watch
They
the
won.
game.
Get
The
outta here.
basketball team looked like they enjoyed playing with one another. I mean, that was pretty
Picture
cool
that.
to see last night.
Picture that.
Furkan Korkmaz.
Yeah,
He
lit
went
it up
off
in the fourth, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
Maxey was great.
that's what I was about to say. At the end of the day, we had a point guard that scored. How
Yeah,
about that?
imagine that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Drummond gave me 17 boards. You know, I mean,
Yeah,
this
Maxey was huge.
he looks pretty good, man.
The only guy that really didn't do anything was Danny Green.
Yeah, and we didn't even need him.
No, he didn't.
We didn't need him.
It's crazy. So how about the fact that they apparently went to a big dinner? You know, I don't know if it was before the game or the previous night or whatever. But Embiid says they all sat around and talked with one another, and he says we're going to do it regularly on their road trips to try to get to know each other better and sort of come together as a team. You notice all this stuff happens as soon as that other guy is no longer involved in the mix.
The elephant in the room.
Isn't that funny?
But you know what? That's you cannot downplay that and think that that's not real.
It's amazing.
Because if you can get guys to play together to get to really know each other, like the teams that I had the most success with were guys that I was around all the time. We made it a point, even after work, to spend time together.
Right.
You know, it was like that in Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely like that with the Steelers. You know, it was even like this with this Eagles team. When we first started out, man, we were pretty good, man. We went to the playoffs 2 years in a row, from winning 95 and 96 when I first got to the Eagles. Then after that, it became a bunch of prima donnas, man. And then, you know, the team kind of fell apart because they stopped, guys stopped hanging around each other. You know, they were too good to do this. A second rounder couldn't hang out with a seventh rounder. You know, it was kind of a messed up type of situation, man. It's like team fell apart and they grew apart. But when you're a tight team, bro, it's really, you know, it really helps you out in the long run because you start building that cohesiveness, that camaraderie together. Mm-hmm. You'll do a little more for a guy that you've been around more so than the guy that you see every once in a while. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're my work friend.
Right.
It's different, man, than having a guy that you can be around and a work friend.
Well, yeah. I mean, these guys aren't cubicle dwellers where, you don't need to necessarily get to know everybody in your office like that. But a team is different.
Oh, it's
totally different dynamic.
Exactly. You know.
Now, where did Eytan go? What is happening today? That actually looked like he was in his driveway.
Might be.
I mean, what is happening? Oh, man. I'd like to get somebody on to
take him out to eat.
Talk a little 76ers today. I'd like to get Kai Carlin on.
Kai Carlin?
Yeah, because he's with the team last night in New Orleans.
Oh,
if you follow him on Twitter, he's really good.
Well, I might get my girl on next week.
Oh, yeah? What, for
Ames.
Duel?
Yeah, Ames. I didn't call her today. I didn't call her. I won't just pop up on her like that. Hey, come on the show. I'm not going to do that to her. So I'm going to see if I can set them up for next week.
All right. Now, speaking of getting guests on, I don't know if we're going to be able to get an Eagles guy on because they're all down there during this time period. But it feels like it's been 2 weeks since the Eagles have played.
It has.
Hasn't it?
It has. And I hear all these, all this stuff coming out of there that, guys, went back and were watching film and trying to do the little thing. It's almost like an extended
mini bye week is
mini
what they're
bye
saying.
Week. Yeah, a mini bye week. Well, you know what? That's good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They need that. They need that. I mean, how about the coach? How about he look at it and say, oh, we might could have ran a ball here.
Yeah.
Or ran a ball there. Or maybe run a draw play right here. Those are things that they can do, to help this offense out.
Right.
So
I don't buy it until I see it in a game. I don't buy any of this. Oh, yeah, we went back and looked at the film and we could have done some things differently and we've learned and we've self-scouted. All that's bullshit until they start actually doing it in a football game.
Get back to the lab.
Yeah,
you got to get back to the
it.
lab, man.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get my hopes up too high, but we better run the ball more than 12 times in a game. I know that for daggone sure.
And the Raiders aren't good against the run. They're like, I think they're like 25th in the league against the rush.
Let's take advantage of it, man. But do you think that we'll do that?
No, I don't. I really don't.
Look at the 91 LS extras. The Eagles players have a dinner planned for tonight. Yeah, right. I hope so.
Right.
I hope they have a buffet.
Okay. I tell you what, they can have all the dinners they want, and it's not going to help J.J. Arthega-Whiteside or Jalen Reagor all of a sudden become key contributors to this offense. All right. They can have all the White Castles they want together. It's not going to matter.
Bro, that might help them out a little bit, man. They need something. Some White Castles. Yeah. The whole squad just get some White Castles delivered, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They'll all go out there and play it in, man. You know what I mean? God. But, man, at the end of the day, that's what it was. Like the offensive line, all the offensive line hung out with each other.
Mm-hmm.
All of them. And I see it's different these days because I see Brooks and Lane, them hanging out, but I don't see the other guys really hanging out. I mean, remember, you guys used to see us all the time. That's all you heard about. Eagles player going and getting arrested here or something like that. You know what I mean? But I don't even hear these guys being out anymore. They don't even go out, as a team anymore. We always went out, whether it was going to Delilah's or maybe going to Gotham.
Yeah, but you can't do that anymore. You can't do that anymore. These guys, if they go to Delilah's, there's going to be somebody in there with a camera phone.
Oh, that's right.
Honestly, I mean, you played when you were in Philly. There were no smartphones yet.
No, there was no. Right? Yeah, right. No picture phones or anything. Yeah.
Christ, the internet was barely invented when you were in Philadelphia. I mean, it was basically 1996 when AOL basically was 95 or 96 is when they started getting on that in the AOL stuff. Right?
How about this, Harry? We had VCR tapes that we used to take home and watch film with.
That's game
VCR.
Film. Yeah, right. There's no digital stuff.
These kids now, man, and I can remember just to make sure we were watching it, like our coach, he would put like stupid, like he'd probably put the middle finger up in one of the clips just to make sure that we watched the film. You watched the film? Yeah, I watched the film. No, you didn't.
Yeah.
I gave you a blank tape.
Right. Wow, so they play tricks like that?
Oh yeah. Callahan was not a good dude, man. He wasn't a cool
Bill
dude.
Callahan.
Yeah, Bill Callahan. Yeah. He wasn't a cool dude, man.
Not Dirty Harry Callahan.
No.
Bill Callahan was a pretty good offensive line coach, though, wasn't he?
He's still a great offensive line coach.
Yeah.
Great offensive. Where's he at now?
I'm not sure.
Dallas, I think.
Yeah.
I think he might be in Dallas. Oh, he wasn't. No, he's with Washington.
Is he?
Let me look that up. Yeah.
I don't know. He's bounced around so much. He was a head coach at Nebraska for a while, wasn't he? He was a head coach with the Raiders, I believe, for a little bit. He's been all over the place. Remember the guy with the old Washington Redskins? Was it Joe Bugle? Wasn't he the offensive line coach for those Hogs back in the 80s and early 90s? Now I think Barrett's frozen. Oh, my God. This is a disaster. What is happening? There he is. Barrett's frozen now.
I know. I saw that. So you're talking about the hogs. You're all hogged out.
Yeah, it was all hogged up. Jesus. This is
craziness.
I'm supposed to go on in Las Vegas today after the show.
Oh, I was on Vegas last night.
Were you? Now, who were you on with?
I was on sorry, it's my camera there. I was on with Heidi Fang.
Okay.
She does a bunch of different stuff for the Raiders podcast. She does I think it's ESPN Las Vegas is the name of it too, right?
Okay. Yeah, I've heard of those guys. Yeah, I'm going to be on with let me see, Steve Cofield.
Does that make sense? So who are you on with?
Steve Cofield.
Oh yeah, boxing guy.
Well, he does a lot of stuff.
I think he's a boxing honk more so than anything. Right?
He's, at Steve Cofield on Twitter.
Yeah, no,
he's verified.
My apologies. My computer just shut down for some reason.
What the hell's going on?
It just shut down and popped back on.
Mine did that yesterday when I was on the Zoom session to do my podcast. My computer just shut down.
Mine did too. It just shut down. The little thing is still spinning for some reason. I mean, the internet connection is great. It's just, I don't know. It's just the whole thing just blacked out.
I mean, what would we do if we lost like the internet for like a week? Would we be able to exist?
No, civilization would fall apart.
You think? I think
you'd be able to go outside.
Yeah, right. Well, I try to go outside every day.
Look, you see kids going outside like this.
Yeah,
What is
like
going
wow,
on?
what's that thing in the sky? It's so bright. Oh.
You're right, man. They wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, Jesus.
That's what it is these days, though.
Oh,
What is
you
a
gotta
Bill
take it.
Callahan?
Oh,
Is a singer?
yeah, that's nice. I thought she had stuff in the car and you wanted to.
Now, Eytan, it looks like he's in a doctor's
Right now.
office right now.
Oh no,
Yeah, I'm stepping out.
This is unbelievable.
We're
Do
giving
you want
you,
me to say?
we're giving it to you today, baby.
Oh my God, this is outrageous. This is really happening.
I'm waiting on my White Castle.
You're waiting on these White Castles.
Did you
Seriously,
Uber eat
man.
it?
No, I don't subscribe to that service because of how bad their commercials are.
Yeah.
What? What's wrong with
That whole campaign. Tonight I'm eating whatever.
Oh yeah, the Uber Eats thing.
Oh yeah. Like,
Yeah.
oh, don't show my food.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't. Well, yeah, even before that, like everybody before that ruined it for me. So I'm out.
You don't look broke.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
seriously, I
gotta
don't.
be the worst ever.
That is awful.
That is an awful
I don't partake.
commercial.
See,
Oh my goodness.
that's why I go DoorDash. I'm telling you.
DoorDash. Oh
So-
my goodness.
I don't know. I don't know if you guys caught this last night, but a game like that is the reason why Joel Embiid does. And I'm not saying he isn't. I'm just preparing you. He ain't winning the MVP this year. They're going to load manage him because they load managed him again last night.
Yeah.
20 something. Those points, they're not. I'm telling you, man, they're not going to be enough for him this year. A game, he's going to have more games like that than not. And some stat stuffer is going to win the award, and everybody's going to go crazy. A game like that, that was the only thing I was frustrated about last night, was that he should have dominated that team. How many rebounds did he finish with?
Well, see, that's the problem. That's
know.
it. It doesn't matter because you got a guy like Drummond. I mean, that's why you have him here. We need him in the playoffs, man. Forget all that winning an MVP and all that. I just need him in the
That's
playoffs.
fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Like, Drummond is great. He's an upgrade to Howard. I'm just preparing people for when Embiid doesn't win the award, it's going to be because of a lot more games like last night. You're right, though. Drummond is a significant upgrade. Significant upgrade. And should be great in the playoffs. It just struck me as like weird last night. That's all.
But you know what? That can work in our favor because he could be real pissed off again and just start totally dominating things again, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I found Bill Callahan. He's with the Browns. So
he's with Cleveland. So he's working tonight.
Yeah, he's working tonight.
Okay.
You want to get him on? Let's get him on.
Get him on.
Didn't he? Wasn't he your coach?
Yes, he's the one that told me you don't know what
you don't know.
Yeah,
right.
He didn't invent that saying though.
I know, but he he screwed my whole world up that day. He said that. That's what
was Bill Callahan not intelligent enough to coin a phrase like that? Is that what you're saying, Harry?
No, I'm just saying. Like, I just hope the players weren't giving him credit for that quip.
We're not gonna.
I don't think they were giving him credit for much.
No,
to be honest with you.
I tell you, my rookie year, I started left tackle, and he'd be yelling at me because I was a rookie about what the center didn't do. Brooksy, you got to make sure you get the ball to the quarterback. It's got to be a better snap. Come on, Brooks. I'm like,
well, he's not. You're not the center,
right? That's like the what? That's like our old program director yelling at Rob Ellis, even though he wanted to yell at Harry.
Right. That's exactly what it is.
Rob, get the football, Rob. I mean, really?
Seriously. Rob's like, I've been talking Eagles, Matt, for 2 hours. Harry's the one who keeps bringing up classic rock bits. Seriously.
That's exactly what it is, man.
Oh, my goodness, man. I don't know, man. Look, real quick, because I know we talked about it a little bit last night, and I got buried on it, but that's fine. How about Coastal Carolina season coming to an end?
Yeah, I loved it. I had App State plus the points.
Wow.
We talked about that too, didn't we? Yeah.
I just took them on the money. I put Coastal on the money line with that Russ Salzburg parlay, which hit, by the way, except for Coastal. But yeah, man, like, that's why you don't take these schools seriously until it's at the final gun, right? At the final whistle. They blew a shot at an NY6 game
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, they would have been at best probably in that Peach Bowl game on New Year's Day, which would have been a big
Which is
deal for them.
huge.
It would have been a big deal for them. Yeah. They probably would have been matched up against, some, 4th or 5th placed SEC team or something, and like a Kentucky or something like that, or and really had an opportunity to really, turn some heads and make a big name for themselves, but they blew it. Now, I got to ask you though, because I believe in this team. I think Cincinnati is legitimately good, and I think they're going to go undefeated.
I think so also.
I think we have no choice now but to believe in them, right?
Yeah.
As the only outlier.
Yeah, I mean, their quarterback is really good. Their running back is really good, and they got a really good defense. And I think the coach does a nice job too. And their schedule really isn't very difficult going down the stretch here.
Over the past 10 years, we've had like 10, 11 guys from that team from there.
Yeah,
like 10, 11 guys from Cincinnati. So I mean they are definitely a team that can recruit now, because they can go out and get all the great athletes. Like, hey, we're putting guys in the league too.
Right.
Look, we got a starting center here.
Right.
One of the best tight ends that ever played a game is playing Kansas City. When you got people like that, I mean you can basically recruit guys, because that's what guys are looking for. They want to get to the league, and if you can show consistent guys in the league, I mean, it makes you more appetizing to all these other schools. I mean, more than the other schools and the American Conference. A lot better than American Conference.
Yeah, I want to look at their schedule, because I think it's and they might have SMU left on there, who's a ranked team, but I don't know. I don't know that they're scaring anybody.
No, their schedule. Yeah, I don't think so either.
And then they'll play in the championship game for the conference, which
what's that?
Cincinnati. They'd have to play the championship game for the AAC. And let's see, Houston's undefeated. They're in the other bracket.
Good. Yep.
Yeah, Houston's decent. SMU is 6-0, and they're ranked 21st. Let's see if they even have them on the schedule.
They got Eastern Carolina, SMU.
Yeah, EC. Yeah, they do play SMU. Yeah. Second to last game of the season.
Yep.
So,
that's the big thing. ECU, right? Second to last,
and that's a home game.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that shouldn't be a problem. Home game for them, not ECU.
Right.
That's not a big deal.
What's Tulsa's record? I thought they were
okay. They're not very.
They're not
no.
okay.
No, Tulsa's not. No. Tulane is the squad. Although Tulane is, they're going to get beat.
Yeah, they're terrible now.
They fell off, man. That offense was cooking, and then they just fell the hell off. Yeah. How about Bridgewater? Doubtful now tonight. You see that?
Yeah, this is a weird game. I think this is a stay away. There's too much uncertainty with who's playing and
what's wrong with him.
I don't know. Well,
quad and foot.
Okay. Because he had a concussion issue 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
he got taken out of a game for a concussion, but he obviously played the next week.
Well, hey, Sham, but he's a covering machine. So what if he was healthy? Would you have went with Denver? You always say he's a covering machine.
Teddy.
No. I wouldn't touch this game with Bridgewater. The one thing I would touch, though, to be honest with you, Drew Lock is going to throw the ball down the field. Cortland Sutton and Tim Patrick can get down the field.
Right.
I would go. I don't know what it is right now, but if Lock is a go, then I would go over the Broncos team total. I think that you're going to get some points scored. You're going to see some chances. I'd also go over Tim Patrick's receiving yards and Cortland Sutton's reception.
What would Denver's team total be, like 20.5 or something?
I don't think it's that high. I think it's still low compared to Locke or compared to Bridgewater. Right?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I want to check here on Parks. See what they have it at.
I want this one.
Their team total. I'm staying away from this game tonight, though. I can tell you.
You don't want any part of it?
No.
Well, I mean,
it's like the case. It's like the Case Keenum revenge game.
Right.
I'm telling you. Right. What's that team total?
I mean, you don't have either one of the running backs playing. The starting running backs playing. That's an iffy type of game. You're right about that. That's a real iffy type of game.
Go under first half. Although, look, I'm telling you, Locke adds an element to this game that is different, even with a healthy Bridgewater. Locke is going to now he's going to turn the football over, but Locke's going to throw downfield and way more than Bridgewater will. I think there's something. Honestly,
dink and dunk and hand it off.
Exactly,
You know
and they will throw deep with Locke, man. I'm telling you, Sutton or Patrick.
I like it.
I would love to go over.
Denver's team total is 20.5, and it's juiced to the under.
Yeah.
It's minus 127. To go over is plus 104.
Is that right?
And that's 20.5. That was the number.
No, Lansdale.
So you'd go over there?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
I would. I think that's
the line.
Well,
the line's like 1.5 now.
Yeah.
It's like 1.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's in Denver?
Yes.
No, it's in Cleveland.
It's in
Cleveland. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
If I was a betting man, I would. I don't think I would go with I think I would go with Denver. I would go with Denver. Outright.
Yeah, and the Eagles activated Goddard from the COVID list.
No shock there, right?
We kind of knew that was going to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a duh.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. No, I think the other issue. Well, actually, okay, Harry, this is interesting. They activate Goddard. Mm-hmm. Who is their other tight end right now? Dick Rogers?
Stoll.
Oh yeah. Okay, so he's a blocker,
from Nebraska.
right?
No, he's actually a pass catching tight end. He's their pass catcher.
Outside of Goddard.
Yeah.
What's Goddard? Do you have a line on Goddard's receptions?
I don't think that would be up yet. I mean, he's just been activated.
Right. Yeah. When did he get activated?
Today.
These books are pretty sharp.
Today.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if it wasn't 10 minutes ago, there may be something up there.
Yeah, it was about 10 minutes.
Why don't you check your guys' parks out there, see what they have up, see if they move fast.
It was about 8 minutes ago.
It's an all-out burial alert. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack Stoll is the backup guy. So you can look to wide receivers being where the ball's going to go today. I mean, they may play a lot more 21 personnel. 2 running backs, 1 tight end, and maybe try to get Kenneth Gainwell involved in the game. Maybe a little Miles Sanders in the passing game. But I can't see them. I can't see them really using either one of them at 12 personnel to run the ball. Well, I said to run the ball. They should run the ball.
There's nothing for Goddard. There's nothing for any players yet.
No.
So Lane is back too?
He's been practicing, but they said they're going to make a decision on him on Friday.
Okay.
As far as the game. So
what decision in what regard?
Whether he's going to play and whether he's going to play.
Yeah.
See if he has the right mindset to play.
I mean, I think he probably will play, but
I think so also.
Right. And I think that's the biggest issue now is how healthy he is. But I can't imagine that he's not playing right now as a result of being cleared, right?
Physically, he's probably okay. I mean, he only missed 2 games. He probably running and everything.
I think he missed 3, didn't he?
Oh, it was
3. Yeah, 3.
I think it was 3. Yeah.
Right.
There's
3 games.
There's a bunch of big spreads this week too. This is like one of the first weeks where you're starting to see some real big numbers.
Is there a big number that you would just jump on right away? I tell you, that Arizona game, way too much.
Arizona's laying 17.5, 18 to Houston.
It moved up too, because I think it was at 16.5.
Yeah, and Tampa Bay is laying like 12.5 to the Bears. The Rams are 15-point favorites over Detroit.
Yeah, I take the over on that all day. I take the over on that all day. Rams. Yeah, Rams, Detroit. All day.
Stafford. Old team for Stafford.
He's going to want to rip them apart.
Well, Detroit can score too, especially when they're down.
Don't you think Goff is going to want to rip the Rams apart too?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like that,
his coach is all pissed off. His coach is all pissed off because he's not playing.
Right.
He's like, he's saying, man, our quarterback's got to go. He's got to make something happen. He's got to play better. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, this guy's 6 games in, and he's already thrown the quarterback under the bus publicly. I love this guy. He's biting off kneecaps. He's calling players out. This guy's awesome.
What I tell you, man, Dan Campbell does not play, gold. Bro. You know what I mean? I told you I played with him, bro. We were in. He's one of the guys that got behind, Strahan. Like, Strahan, you don't want to practice Strahan? Well, hell, I'm not practicing then.
Is that right?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, Strahan said we're not practicing. Well, hell, I'm not practicing then. He's the first one up the ramp. You know what I mean?
He was the tight end, right?
Yep, tight end. Yep. He's the one that kept an eye on Shockey. They used him to keep an eye on Shockey.
Oh, is that right? That was sort of his job, huh?
Yep. His job was to make sure Shockey was all right. Yep.
That was my job at the radio station for a while, to keep Shander in line.
Is that right?
Yeah, that was.
I don't know. How'd you do on that job?
Not very good. I mean, can you just keep an eye on him?
Seriously, what's he doing?
I remember he did come in and tell Shan one time, well, hey, let's go to his strength. Why are we talking about hockey? Let's go with his strengths. He knows football. I'm like, it's not even football season, bro. It's hockey season.
Right.
What am I going to say?
I mean, if I tune in and Barrett's talking hockey, I'm out.
Right, exactly.
I swear to God, he says stuff like that. It's so
all
great.
The time, man. All the time.
Amazing.
What is he doing?
No, truly amazing. We got a break here. Come on, Harry. You're not looking at the clock.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, we got a private chat. We got to go to break.
Yeah, come on.
All
Xander here is doing extra work because I'm out on the road and Barrett is eating White Castle for the next 10 hours. Or are you home now?
I'm at home.
No, Barrett's at home.
I wish I could.
Okay.
White Castles right now. I would do it.
Let's take a quick time out.
Right.
All right.
We're back in 3. Hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you're subscribed as well. It's the JAKIB Media YouTube page here on the middle.
As a hard-working American, you've never experienced how tough life can be until now. A catastrophic injury while working on the job. A personal injury from someone else's negligence. Turned away by other law firms in the region who didn't bother to learn your story. It's time to meet the Fritz & Bianculli Law Firm and managing partner Brian Fritz. Badly injured? Call the Fritz & Bianculli Law Firm. Find out why they say, we got this.
The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull Beef Jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
At Stateside Vodka, every new customer gets the world's best rocks glass. Free.
What's that?
A rocks glass?
You're telling me that bottle is cut in half?
You could say that.
Holy shit.
And you're telling me I can get one of these glasses for free?
That's right. 1 free rocks glass per customer with each first-time purchase of Stateside Vodka. So good, it just disappears.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 98, is a proud sponsor of The Labor Show with J. Doc and Krause every Saturday night from 6 to 8 p.m. IBEW Local 98's highly trained and superbly skilled electricians are the best in the business, setting the highest safety standards in the electrical industry. So when you're planning your next industrial, commercial, or residential project, choose an IBEW Local 98 union contractor. Learn more at IBEW98.org.
Go for the midnight dares. Go for the game. Go for the hits. Go for the fans. Go for the win. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Book your trip at theoceanac.com.
All right.
Now, where are you, Eytan? Are you in Willow Grove?
Yeah, bouncing around.
Bouncing around.
Out and about.
Willow Grove. I used to get my bike fixed over there in Willow Grove. Yeah, a nice bike shop. This bike shop over there.
Was it called The Bike Shop? Because that was in Glenside. That's where I used to.
Glenside, yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yeah, Glenside. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That dude,
the
dude that owned that had this great white, totally white goatee and some nice long white hair. He was a badass dude, man.
Dude, he knew everything about bikes. He's like, "You're a big fella. I got just what you need."
Yeah.
Now, was this like a Harley Depot? Or
yeah, it was Harley stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Everything Harley.
Not Schwinn.
No.
He's got all these different bikes in there. He even got like the old Indians and everything in there, bro.
Right.
Everything in there.
Right.
He's like, just,
well, what happened to him? Or the store?
They're still there.
They're still there, yeah.
Yeah, they're still there.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if he's still there because that was a long time ago. I'm talking 20-some years ago.
Yeah. 20-some years ago, you're right.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Now Kai is flying back from New Orleans, so we can't get him.
Oh, okay.
I just got word from him.
I tell you, this show is at the worst time of the day.
Everybody's in a meeting.
It's the worst.
People do work. People meet.
It's I've done this shift. I've done this shift for almost 20 years. Okay, it's awful.
Yeah,
it's awful. Everybody's at practice or in a plane. You can't get anybody. Yeah.
What's Elevation Burger from the stream? Ash.
Elevation Burger's good.
Is it?
Oh yeah, that's really good stuff.
Yeah. How did that come
out there?
On the stream.
It's on the stream. What's on the stream?
Yeah.
I go out to Willow Grove out there, and I go to the what's that? It's a sporting goods store out there. What is the big chain? Dick's Sporting Goods. I went to Dick's out there, and I got the perfect ultimate fishing rod from over there. I paid out the yin yang for it, but it's a great fishing rod, great flounder rod.
Really?
Man. It's a 7 foot. It's a 7 foot. Which is kind of big for a boat, but I needed it. Just because when you're catching flounder, it's like a light hit, a light nibble, light hit, and you got to make sure you set the hook real quick.
Right.
And you got to feel it. If your pole is not stiff enough, you can't.
Well, that's a problem. If the pole isn't stiff enough, Barrett.
You just don't get the action
there. And that's right. You're not going to get any action. Okay. Zero. You get zero in the action department.
So I wanted to make sure it was stiff enough,
Right.
And and they hooked it up, bro. They hooked it up, put my line on it and everything. Worked out pretty. Only put like 20-pound test line on it. Okay. Yeah, bro. So
wow.
Yeah.
Now, what do you make of this? What do you make of this stuff with Deshaun Watson now making news again? It's recycled stuff, basically telling everybody that, Howie Roseman was investigating the possibility of, exploring a Deshaun Watson trade. Now, like this is just, they're digging up stuff that happened months ago that has since now gone by the boards because they know that Deshaun Watson doesn't want to come to Philadelphia and won't waive his no trade to Philadelphia. But yet it becomes news again today, Eytan. Don't you love that?
Well, I thought he's going to Miami by the weekend.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's being narrowed down because I don't think Denver's even interested at this point anymore. And Denver was one of the other teams that were mentioned. It's pretty much Miami, and that's it.
So wait a minute. Before the weekend, he's supposed to be traded.
That's what they're saying, that it could happen this weekend, and it's probably going to be Miami.
It's not going to happen.
And then I was seeing stuff last night. Lombo was saying, "Oh, the Washington football team is a spot for Tua Tagovailoa," and I'm like, "Why would they want Tua?"
Right?
Seriously, who wants him?
No,
Miami doesn't want him.
Come on, Lombo, that's terrible. Exactly, they don't want him. That's why they're trying to move out from that, and he's still under the rookie deal, so they don't owe him a ton of money at any means. They can easily move on from him.
Now, would it surprise me if WFT picked up Tua? No, it wouldn't, because they'd still do stupid things. But I mean, why would you have interest?
I don't think they trade for him.
Right.
Well, they're not going to cut him. He'll be a good backup. He's just going to be there. At this point, the Cardinals caught lightning in a bottle with a short quarterback like that. They caught lightning in a bottle, man. Murray is not a guy. You're not gonna find too many Murrays in this world. And they thought they had it in Tua. He's not that guy. Baker Mayfield is not that guy.
No.
At this point, if we don't get Hurts in the right place, he won't be that guy.
I can't stand Baker Mayfield so much that I'd love to see Case Keenum throw 5 touchdowns tonight.
And he's
might happen,
the Browns to a huge win. It'll be great.
It might happen.
Good.
I tell you, I still like. I mean, Cleveland is the side to play tonight. You're under 3. You can get them at -1.5 plus money.
Yeah,
I think that's the side, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's the sharp side.
What is it called? Wally Pipped, or what is that called?
Yeah, Wally Pipped. Yeah,
yeah,
that's right.
Exactly right.
In a heartbeat. I mean, I even hate his commercials, bro. You know, I'm one that I like commercials. I even hate his commercials.
Oh yeah, me too. In fact, if I were him or his agent, I'd be like, "Look, man, this is not good for the brand.
Right.
We can find money elsewhere." But having him waltz around an empty stadium in a bathrobe drinking coffee is an idiot look. I mean, it's a bad look.
Or the book club.
Yeah, right.
You know, gossiping.
Right.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I hate to do it to him, but he's not doing anything.
Seriously.
I'm telling you, it's those type of commercials.
He gets on my nerves, man. He gets on my nerves.
Yeah, yeah. I wish I was informed about this appointment a few hours earlier, so I could have booked some guests. You know, this was all jumped up on us at like 20 minutes before the show, and I didn't even understand what was going on. Now I fully understand.
Right.
Yeah, maybe I'll just start running my errands around 11 o'clock. Wouldn't the stream like to see me going over and to the club, picking up my clubs and going and hitting balls?
Oh, that might be amazing.
That would be good.
Set your phone up right there. You talk to us while you're driving.
They can give me swing criticisms. Right. Critique my swing. No.
They couldn't do anything for me, but we can pull up in the White Castle line.
That's all right. That's okay. Oh man.
Yeah, you know what? That be Joey B. Look, a day in the life of Harry Mays.
Yeah,
that might be something there, bro.
My wife isn't feeling the best right now, and she said to me today that I may have to go do the grocery run this weekend. Okay, now I don't go to grocery stores. I haven't been in a grocery store since I don't know how long, right? But she said that she was talking to one of her coworkers this morning, and the coworker and she came up with an idea to get a GoPro camera and put it on me, on my hat, and film me going into the grocery store and doing the shopping. I think people would love to see that because I would be totally lost. I'd be like that kid coming outside when he hasn't been outside in about 2 years. Like, like, what is this? So this is a grocery store. It would be great.
I can see you grabbing the same piece of meat as a woman. Hey, I hate to do it to you, lady.
Back
this
up.
is going on with me.
That's right. You back that card up.
Right. That would be so funny, man. Oh, that would be amazing.
It'd be a throwdown in aisle 6.
Right.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Right. I'd have the list. I'd be going, because I'm sure that everybody that does the shopping has their own system for getting through navigating the store because
no question.
It's always in a certain order. So you kind of, you don't want to be running from aisle 14 to 2 and then back to 8 and all that. Like you kind of serpentine the store in a certain fashion, right?
Right.
Well, I would be totally lost.
Right. Like
totally
me now.
lost.
Like me now. I'm kind of on a semi diet, with the exception of my White Castles.
Right.
But I the way I shop now, I stay around the border. And if you notice around the border is where all the good food is,
Well, yeah, the borders are open now. It's open borders, Barrett.
But look, when you go in the center of the store, the center lanes in the store, that's where you find all the bread and rice products and all the sweets and stuff like that. But when you go around, you find all the
frozen stuff.
Right?
Frozen
stuff. Dairy,
refrigerated stuff, the dairy, yeah, sure.
That's where you find all that stuff, So if you stick around there, you're less likely to find the stuff that's that's bad for you. You know what I mean? You find your dairy, you find your lunch meats, the seafood, you know, all that stuff is around there. The frozen meats and all that stuff. That's where you find that stuff.
Right.
But once you start going in the middle, you start seeing them cookies and coffees. So I try to stay all the way around. You know, if you give me a list and it's not within, you know, if I can go all the way around the store, on the outside of the store.
Now are the people in the aisles also larger towards the center of the store than the ones that are scoping the perimeter?
They tend to congregate. Like you'll see most of the people in the workout gear, they're going to stay around.
They're on the edge. Right.
Yeah,
they're on the edge.
When you see the guys, you know, guys and gals my size, they're like wildebeests in the middle of, you know, stores. You know what I'm saying? You know,
getting that carb fix.
Move. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's awesome. That is now. Do you do the self checkout?
No.
Do you ever do the self checkout? I've done that at the drugstore before.
I get pissed off with it.
Yeah.
Because as I'm going through it, man, and what if something doesn't ring up right or something? I have no patience for somebody to come talk to me like I'm stupid. You know what I mean? Like, well, you just got to do it. Don't say I just got to do anything. Just come fix this, okay? You know, don't say you should. No, don't just do it, okay?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, what are you doing? What do you mean? What am I doing?
Well,
I'm trying to get the hell out of here.
Don't they have like a certain limit of the amount of items that you can do to use the self checkout?
Not these days.
Oh,
Not these days, especially Walmart. Walmart will have.
I've never been in a Walmart,
bro. That's the best store ever.
Is it?
But they will have a line full of, you know, places where somebody can be there to check you out. But they will not be open because they have all these speed lines they go through with, you know, that you just do yourself. You go through the line yourself. So they're trying to cut down as much work, as many workers as they can, and you just go through those lines. So they have one person that's handling like 7 lines that you self checkout.
Oh, okay.
And so
they're sort of like a hall monitor.
Yes.
Like, yeah, but okay.
So I mean, what they're saving with the people not working there, I guess it is a lot.
Yeah.
But one time I sat and watched this old lady not ring up about 7 things, and I see the other lady sitting there looking at her do it, and she let her do it. So when I got up there, the lady left out. I got up there and I looked at her. I said, "You saw what that lady was doing, didn't you?" Oh, what? You saw what that lady was doing.
Yeah, we all saw it.
We all saw it.
So you mean she knew she was screwing up and she just let her screw it up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So I was like, man, go ahead, man. So, you know, if I don't pay for a strawberry, oh, they're calling everybody on me. Every security guard in the spot will be there. Barrett Brooks steals a strawberry, or he eats a grape out of the grape bag before he pays for it. I could never do anything like that, man. They'd have me on everything. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'd be on every show possible.
Right. So now we just found out that it's going to be us for the rest of the show.
I figured that.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
That's cool.
Let's can we get somebody on? Like, is there anybody that's not at lunch or covering the team or in an airplane that we can actually get on the show?
You know what? I'm going to throw a dart. I'm going to try to see if I can get Amy on. So I'm going to text her right now.
We could talk Sixers with her. We could talk about your emails. Oh, man. I don't know.
Let me see.
Maybe Robbie E could come on.
That's what we really need to go on.
What do you think?
Let's text him too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll text him right now. That would be funny. Because there's a lot of stuff that he's probably just fuming about this Ben Simmons situation too.
It would be perfect because I'd get him lit up too. I'd get him light. I'd light his flame. He'd be ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be ready.
Oh my God. This is all happening live as
this
is live, not even radio. It's live YouTube.
Right.
All right. I just sent him a text, and then if he says yes, I'll forward him the link. So we'll see. Now, what do you think of this? It's become final now, I guess, that the American Conference with Temple's conference has now added 6 teams from Conference USA. So basically what they did is they go to the next tier conference down from them and just rated 6 of the schools.
Wow.
So now Conference USA is in shambles, and we'll probably have to merge, with either Mountain West or the Sun Belt in order to, kind of survive as a conference. They took Charlotte, North Texas, Texas San Antonio, Rice, UAB, and was that 6 teams? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, and Florida Atlantic. There's now 3 schools with Owls mascots in the American Conference.
That's like the MEAC. The MEAC's the same way. It's like 3 Bulldog schools.
Oh yeah,
Bulldog mascots. Yeah. You know, and that just further you know, it further pushes the point that Texas and Oklahoma will be in the SEC next year.
Yeah,
as soon as next year.
Oh, okay.
As soon as next year. They're talking about they might have to wait, but no, they're not going to wait. They're jumping ship as we speak. They're getting prepared for that right now. And Cincinnati has all but jumped into the Big 12 conference now.
Right.
You know,
along with Houston and Central Florida, UCF.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I mean, it is what it is. You know, they're preparing right now to have those schools leave the conference.
Yeah. It's crazy.
That's kind of messed up, man. You know, but hey, at the end of the day, they're trying to. I think they'll go to the. I think that it'll stay the same competition as it is now, but Cincinnati's going to probably beat up on everybody in the Big 12.
You think so?
Oh, guaranteed.
Wow.
They'll be the new powerhouse. They'll be like the new Texas and Oklahoma of the Big 12.
Right.
You know, they'll step right in and be, you know, a really good team.
Yeah,
but
I think this is a bad situation for basketball in the American Conference, though.
Now you're right about that.
I mean, look what you're gaining here. I mean, what program? Maybe UAB might be the best basketball program, or Charlotte.
Charlotte, they compete. Charlotte competes.
But I mean, they were competing they were used to be in the Atlantic 10.
Right.
I mean, you know, UNC Charlotte was in the Atlantic 10 with Temple way back in the day. But man, it's all for football. I get it.
Yeah, there wouldn't. No. Football pays the bills.
Yeah, I don't know. And then I saw something where Bobby Huggins, the basketball coach at West Virginia, said that he's advocating for the power conferences to just form their own tournament. In other words, leave out all the little guys. So like all the 15 and 16 seeds that are, you know, in the first weekend that, you know, sometimes upset teams, which is what everybody loves to see the first 2 days of the tournament. He doesn't want any of that. He wants to make it all Power 5, and the other little schools, they can do whatever they want. And it's
come on, man. That's like the NIT.
Well, yeah, right.
That's the NIT.
That probably would be the NIT.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what that stands for? Not in tournament. Okay, that's what the NIT stands for. It used to be the National Invitation Tournament, which was the bigger tournament back in the old days.
Right.
Than the NCAA. The NCAA was nothing. It was the NIT in the 50s and, you know, even in the early 60s. And then it's, you know, it went the other way. So now if you're in the NIT now, you're not in the tournament. That's what that stands for. Yeah, not NFT, says Muhammad Malik on the stream. Yeah, Jesus. Oh, my God. Yeah, so did anybody get – Rob, what time, he says. I'll just say whenever you can.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I don't want to lock him down. This will be great. I like the way the Sixers looked last night.
Bro, and that was, you know, and yesterday when we were talking about it, when me and Eytan was going back and forth, I was like trying to tell Shan, he's going to get a consistent score. Forget defense. I don't want to hear about defense doesn't win championships these days.
I know, man.
The days of that is over.
That was always that sort of that analytical viewpoint where, you know, we see beyond players that score points. It's about defensive efficiency and all these little ratios and stuff. That it's like, dude, can you make a shot? Ben Simmons can't.
We really fell into that BS, didn't we?
Yeah.
His defensive prowess. Man, forget a defensive prowess. You know, I remember back in the day, UNLV had a defensive prowess.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was the last time I saw defensive prowess, bro. Everybody outscored. At the end of the day, Golden State stopped all that talking about defense. You know, Curry stopped everybody talking about defense because if you can shoot the three, you're going to win championships. Period, point blank.
All right, Robbie E's going to come on at 12:20. He'll be home by then, and he can join us.
I can't
sound
wait
off on this stuff. I know. Now, were you on with me and him, or was it one of the days where both of you were out where I got him on? Because he's been on the show recently.
I've been on the show with him.
You have? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I lose track.
You're right, SD. You're absolutely right. The Atlanta series, it did nothing. You know, nobody could stop. What was that kid's name? The white kid, the tall kid, he came in and just couldn't stop him.
Horder.
Yeah.
The kid from Maryland. Yeah.
Horder came in and was deleting everybody. He was like, look, after that, you know, they had him going to all the strip clubs in Atlanta, you know, first class.
Right. Getting chicken wings from that one place. What's that place called?
Oh, yeah, from Magic City.
Magic City.
The lemon pepper wings.
Yes, exactly right. That's Lou Williams' favorite, right?
Yeah, that's when he got caught. He got caught. I was there to get chicken wings.
Yeah, right, sure.
But everybody knew he was talking about the lemon pepper chicken wings.
Right.
But
he also used to get Playboy for the articles.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
He used to read the articles.
Right. You remember that back in the day? Yeah. I don't even think that magazine exists anymore.
No, because you know Hugh was that Hugh Hefner?
Hugh Hefner, yeah.
He had everybody. You know, he even had Playboy All-American, bro. The Playboy All-American. Right. I couldn't believe it, man. The Playboy. He used to bring all those guys to the Playboy Mansion.
Right. It's a pretty good incentive to play well, isn't it? That doesn't violate. Doesn't violate any NCAA eligibility, does it? As long as he doesn't pay for your way.
Hey, bro, I was trying to play my ass off to get there.
Yeah, it's a motivator. Hang out in the grotto, man.
Oh, Amy can't come on, man. She's got a doctor's appointment, so she can't come on.
Geez.
She got the boys.
This doctor's appointment stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you. All right. Well, we'll get Rob on at 12:20. That'll be fine.
I can't wait to get him going because right now he's livid. I listened to him the other day. He is livid about Ben.
Oh, what is he on WIP? Was he on the radio?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
He was livid.
Yeah.
You know, he said he's so tired of it. He said he did everything but hold his hand as a fan. And he's gonna do him like that. Oh, he was hot. He was hot.
Well, you know, Eytan is on record as saying that he's going to be traded by Friday. Friday's tomorrow.
Right.
Now, I don't know if do they have a practice today? Because you know, they don't do everything, you know, something every day.
But they were saying
games, do they?
Yeah, they probably do a walkthrough or something. But they were saying that they can't suspend him another game for the same violation. They got to come up with a new violation.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. Like there's something in the CBA where they
what
can't
does that
do
mean?
It. I don't know. I think what happens then is if it is for the same thing, the Sixers go to the league and then the league can step in and just make a suspension.
Right.
You know,
right.
But it's some convoluted part of the collective bargaining agreement. I don't know, but whatever.
So
I just want him traded. Really, honestly, I look forward to seeing the stat sheets. You know, when he's playing for Sacramento on games where nobody's watching, and have 0 3-pointers. You know, 12 points, 2 for 9 from the free throw line. You know, but he played great defense.
He played great defense, and he will no longer be considered an all-star anymore because nobody will see him. Nobody will be able to see Ben. They're not going to be watching Ben.
Yeah, Dom Lewis on the stream says they can't suspend him for the same violation, but the league can step in and suspend him. That's what I was saying.
Okay, so they'll suspend him a number of games then, right?
Yeah, they could come in and maybe do an indefinite suspension.
Right.
You know, until stuff gets figured out.
But it's damning, though, man. He's out there practicing with a cell phone in his pocket.
Yeah, I thought that was a cell phone.
Sweats. Yeah, in sweats.
Total disregard, you know?
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You can't you can't disrespect the game like that, let alone, you know,
or your teammates.
Yeah. But you can't disrespect the game like that. You know,
that's why I love what Ben Simmons said. That was great. I'm not here to babysit.
Right. I mean, that's true.
It is.
I mean, I'm not holding his hand. I'm not doing it. You know, I mean, and he shouldn't have to. All because he got to play second fiddle to you know, because he can't score.
Yeah,
afraid to shoot free throws.
Now I heard there was some chants in that building last night in New Orleans. We want Simmons.
What?
Yeah, the New Orleans Pelicans fans.
Well, yeah, they want Simmons because they know they'd have lost.
Right.
Yeah, we want Simmons. We'll send Simmons down there. You know, send us Brandon. What's his name? Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram. Yeah, send us him.
Right.
Let's switch.
Now, did you see last night? Speaking of him, because he, you know, obviously is a scorer. But did you see the plus-minus stat for Brandon Ingram? It was pretty eye-popping. I got to be honest with you. Hold on, let me pull it up.
Well, hold on. Just tease that because we got to go to break.
Oh, we do? Look at you watching the clock.
Yeah.
How about that? Would you just get a text?
No, it's in the private chat.
Oh, it is? All right. Well, that just popped up because I just picked up the private chat 2 minutes ago. So, all right, we'll take a quick time out. We'll be back with more on the other side. You're listening to The Middle with Barrett Brooks and Harry Mays. Eytan is somewhere in a car listening into the show but cannot connect. And we're going to have Robbie E, joining us at 12:20.
As a hard-working American, you've never experienced how tough life can be until now. A catastrophic injury while working on the job. A personal injury from someone else's negligence. Turned away by other law firms in the region who didn't bother to learn your story. It's time to meet the Fritz & Bianculli Law Firm and managing partner Brian Fritz. Badly injured? Call the Fritz & Bianculli Law Firm. Find out why they say, "We got this."
Ah, the savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull beef jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
At Stateside Vodka, every new customer gets the world's best rocks glass. Free.
What's that?
A rocks glass?
You're telling me that bottle is cut in half?
You could say that. Holy shit.
And you're telling me I can get one of these glasses for free?
That's right. One free rocks glass per customer with each first-time purchase of Stateside Vodka. So good, it just disappears.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 98, is a proud sponsor of The Labor Show with J. and Krause every Saturday night from 6 till 8 p.m. IBEW Local 98's highly trained and superbly skilled electricians are the best in the business, setting the highest safety standards in the electrical industry. So when you're planning your next industrial, commercial, or residential project, choose an IBEW Local 98 union contractor. Learn more at IBEW98.org.
Go for the midnight dares. Go for the game. Go for the hits. Go for the fans. Go for the win. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Book your trip at theoceanac.com.
We're back. Hour number 2 of The Middle. Barrett Brooks and Harry Mays today. Eytan had some trouble connecting from his vehicle, so we'll just see him tomorrow most likely, unless he gets back home, because I know he's going back and forth to a doctor's appointment. So maybe he will get back home and duck in at the end. But we got Rob Ellis coming in at 12:20. Now I'm being corrected from the stream. and I just verified that the stream is correct, as they usually are. It wasn't chanting for Ben Simmons. They were saying, "Where's Ben Simmons?" in New Orleans at the game last night.
Where's Ben Simmons?
Where's
Don't worry
Ben
about
Simmons?
what Ben Simmons is. Exactly. Don't worry about it. If you want him, you can have him.
Right.
How about that?
Yeah, but at the Flyers game, it got a little more blue. They were chanting "F Ben Simmons."
No.
Don't you love that? That is great.
Bro, how do you take your career from being the #1 pick to being where he is right now?
Yeah, now he's a pariah in his own city.
Right. And you're at a point in your career right now that nobody is on your side right now.
Mm-hmm.
And he feels as though he didn't do anything.
Right.
He feels as though he's just being picked on and taking no responsibility for this. That's crazy, man. I just don't understand that.
And his agent is sitting courtside with his girlfriend Adele at the Lakers game the other night. You see that? Now, I was talking about Brandon Ingram with the plus minus. He had 25 points last night. It took him 26 shots. So not a totally efficient. He was a minus 29.
Kept firing though.
Yeah, he kept firing. He was right. But I mean, how about Maxi's line though? I mean, this is sort of my storyline for the start of the season, is just watching him play and seeing him, hopefully develop. Plus 23. He had 20 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and only 1 turnover.
Come on, man.
So, with the ball in his hands, he played 34 minutes. Only turned the ball over once.
We can win with that all day. So I'm at this point, I'm a believer, man. The kid came from Kentucky, so he can play. And I was surprised that we got him in the draft where he got picked. Because I know he was going to be gone way before then.
Mm-hmm.
Way before then. His ability to take control of a game, man, is there. So, I mean,
he's got stones. He's not afraid.
Right. And that's
the other guy was afraid. I don't care what anybody says. He was afraid.
He was.
Yeah.
And
he was afraid to fail.
And and you can't be that way.
No.
I mean, what's the Jordan the Jordan mantra? He says, he says something about, he's lost so many games, he's lost more games than he's hit the winning bucket, but you never know if you're gonna hit a winning bucket unless you try.
Right.
He wasn't even gonna try.
No.
I think now, and I'm not starting to feel sorry for him. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna do that. I think that he has, a mental capacity that's blocking him from being the player he wants to be or he needs to be. I don't know if
he needs a sports psychologist.
Yeah, I think he needs a sports psychologist. I really think that this has a lot to do with his mental more so than his physical. Because you can fix a shot, you can fix a free throw.
Yeah,
but you can't fix mental unless you get mental help doing it.
Right, and it's not like he has to be Mark Price from the free throw line. I mean,
and that's just me
70%.
Right, it's just me saying this. Just me. It could be a total farce. I don't know. I'm just saying, I can't see a guy with that much talent not wanting to be great when you've been groomed to be great your entire life.
Right.
He's been groomed since he was young to be the next Jordan. And to not
to be the next LeBron.
Well, to be the next,
like a LeBron, 2.0 kind of thing.
To be the next LeBron. Let's say that then.
Right.
And not take hold of the reins. Bro, if I had that much talent, I had talent, but not that much talent that I could just take over a whole sport. He has the talent to take over an entire sport, an entire league. He could be a generational type of player if he stepped up to the plate. Me, I was just an average football player that worked my ass off, fought, scratched and clawed, and I was just blessed to be in the position I was in.
I'm just trying not to get cut.
Right.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, bro.
Were you saying Barry Sanders? That was his deal?
Oh,
that's amazing.
You know who was it? You know who's like that?
Who?
Who's to always think they were going to get cut? His first 2 or 3 years in the league? I used to watch it all the time. Brian Dawkins.
B-Dog. Oh, that's right. That's right. You talked about that.
Brian,
yeah,
he would walk into that locker room and he would peek around the corner to see
Yeah.
if there was a pink slip in his locker because
Yeah.
he thought he was going to get cut.
That's
So
amazing.
why he
Wasn't he a
played every
second-round
play.
pick?
Yes.
Yeah, second round out of Clemson.
Starting his rookie year.
Yeah.
And he was scared he was going to get cut. And Ray Bob didn't help. You know, Ray Bob telling him, hey, you got to get going. You ain't doing enough for me now.
Rhodes.
You got to do more.
You got to do more.
You know what I'm saying? But they really put him in great, you know, Emmett Thomas, you know, defensive coordinator, put him in some great positions to be successful. That they did do. And he acknowledged that too. You know, he was put in a great position. But at the end of the day, he always kept that chip on his shoulder. Always.
Yeah.
B-Dog was that guy, man. In fact, B-Dog, I can remember, you know, his first 4 or 5 years in the league, he had bought his wife a little bitty ring. And he didn't buy her a big ring until his second contract. When he first got paid, that's when he did it. He could afford it.
Because only then was he really secure in his mind, right?
Exactly. In his mind, he was like, no, I'm going to get cut. I'm going to get cut. But then when he finally secured, you know, he's like, you know what? I can finally splurge. And then that's when he bought his wife the big ring that she has. She said, look, babe, I'm here now. I've arrived. Now I'm going to go ahead and buy you the big ring, man.
Wow.
And, you know, she was right there. And she's like, okay, you know, let's make it happen then. But, you know, just the mentality of different people that want to be great.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to be great. I wanted to be great. And I played and I practiced like I wanted to be great. I just hadn't had that great gene that B-Dog had.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. B-Dog can run a 4.3 40, can have like a 40-inch vertical, 42-inch vertical. You know what I'm saying? Strong as an ox. He's still strong as an ox. I can remember we played in charity basketball games. And I can remember I jumped and tipped the start of the game. We're playing against some teachers. And the teachers, you know, these aren't just average teachers. These are like teachers that, you know, the gym teacher and, you know, a couple of, you know, teachers that play ball in college and everything else. So we, you know, they get out to a fair lead, like 8-point lead. So we just playing around.
Mm-hmm.
B-Dog was never playing around. He was still playing like, you know, these guys ain't going to score on me. This guy right here, he's not scoring on me. And then he got everybody into the game. I threw him an alley-oop. I had just crossed half court, probably 3 steps out past half. I threw B-Dog an alley-oop from down near half court.
Dunk.
He caught it on this side over here. But when he dunked, he brought it in front of him and dunked it like this. And his arms were parallel to the rim. That's how high he was when he dunked it. He brought it from all the way over here, brought it up, and dunked it right in front of him.
And there's a regulation rim.
Yes, the regulation rim. Yes, a regulation rim. He caught it when he dunked it. His arms were parallel. His head was completely over the rim.
Did he play basketball in high school?
Yeah, he played in high school. Yep.
Yeah.
And then we had Bobby Taylor. Bobby Taylor played at Notre Dame. So you know, once we turned it on, it was over.
Wait, he played hoop at Notre Dame too?
He was the 6th man.
Was he really?
Bobby Taylor was the 6th man at Notre Dame. Yeah, we had a squad, man. Mamula had, you know, he was a combine with. He had like a 40-inch vertical too.
Right.
He would just jump up and just dunk at one hand. He couldn't play basketball. He would just jump up and dunk at one hand.
Yeah. Well, that vertical is what shot him up in the first round.
Right.
Convinced the Eagles they got to take him.
Well, we had a pretty talented squad, man. You know, real talented squad.
Wow. Now, this whole stuff with Deshaun Watson, I mean, that's Howie's job. Yes. I don't know why some people are up in arms about it. Like, you know, like what's he doing? That's what they do. That's what a general manager's job is.
You got to exhaust every option to make your team the best that you can make your team.
Right.
He wouldn't be doing his job if he didn't.
I love the idea. Well, just let Jalen Hurts develop. You know, what do you got to go investigate Deshaun Watson for? Because if he's not suspended, if he's on the field, he's a top 5 talent at the position. That's why.
Yes.
What don't you understand?
And why wouldn't you want one of the best quarterbacks? But as soon as he gets traded, I bet
he's probably going to get suspended then.
Right. Yeah, so why don't they suspend him now? I mean, I think they're wrong for that because he's on the roster.
Mm-hmm.
He should be suspended right now, working out his suspension. But they don't. I guess because they don't know what's what's going on in court yet.
Yeah, no, that seems to be dragging really slowly.
Right. I haven't heard too much about it either. Wow. Yeah.
But he's not coming here. Even I have stopped thinking about that. It is pretty amazing, though, that, if that's true, that he wouldn't waive his no trade to come to Philadelphia.
I think he would.
You think so?
I think he would. Just to get out of that place.
Yeah, but if you can go to Miami, that's apparently where he really wants to go. There must be some masseuse in Miami. You know what I mean? Let's read between the lines on the middle. That's what we do.
All he has to do,
it's got to be masseuse related.
Make a phone call up to New England.
Right. Well, that place is in Florida, though. That's in Jupiter.
How far is Jupiter from Miami?
It's about an hour and a half north.
For a good massage, I'd make that trip.
Oh, yeah. You go right up 95. Right up I-95. It's right there. Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness, man. That is crazy.
Now, what did you make of Marcus Hayes' column earlier in the week? He made some noise about saying that they need to bench Jalen Hurts.
Why would they do that?
Because the season is still salvageable, and he is not developing into a legitimate starting quarterback in the NFL.
See,
He's seen enough.
I haven't seen enough. And I wish I could, go back and forth with him about that. I
think he was on Birds 365. He might have been. They might have had him on.
There's no way. There's Muhammad Malik just said that.
Yeah.
How have you seen enough of what he can do? Because when you've given him the authority to run what he wanted to run towards the end of a game, he's made some things happen. He's put him in positions, to almost win a game without any help. How about we give him some help with a running game?
Yeah.
How about we just do that? Don't try to put it all on his shoulders and then say, oh, you didn't make it happen when you don't give him the proper tool. That's like sending a guy to war with a gun but no bullets, or only half the bullets. Only let him use, ration them out sparingly. Give him a running game. Give your offensive line a chance to come off the ball and hit people, impose their will on people. There's something to being an offensive lineman and being able to go out there and hit a defensive lineman, because it's harder for a defensive lineman to come off run blocks and be physically pushed back on double teams, and that it makes them more tired. They never get tired when they're pass rushing. Never. They'll pass rush all day long. They'll never get tired. You start hitting them and run blocking them, pancaking them a little bit, have to get off their butt. It changes, how they play the game, man.
All right, here's the byline to this. The Birds have too many well-paid veterans to waste a year developing a low-ceiling quarterback. That's Marcus Hayes. He has bad mechanics, bad footwork. He throws bad passes, and he makes bad decisions. These lead to bad losses. Bench Jalen Hurts. That's how it starts. Hurts has had his chance, he says.
That's BS, because I thought you were talking about 5. I thought you were talking about McNabb right there.
Oh, right.
Up until you said bad losses. Yeah. I thought you were talking about McNabb.
McNabb's mechanics were bad too. Yeah.
Yes, McNabb. Everything he just said was the same way you described McNabb. When McNabb was playing good. That's how they described him when he was playing good. How many times we say 5 throws the ball into the ground?
Right.
But yet he's got Hall of Fame type of numbers.
Yeah.
He has Hall of Fame numbers.
Almost.
Well, almost, yeah.
Almost.
It's not horseshoes, huh?
Right. But he says Hurts has had his chance. He's been a starter for more than 1/3 of the season. He was a starter for 1/4 of last season, and he's proved one thing. He's not ready to be a starter. Might be the worst passer of any regular season starter in modern Eagles history, he says.
That's another lie, because we just talked about 5.
Yeah.
5 was horrible his first 3 seasons.
And they went to the playoffs. They went to the NFC Championship game in his second year?
Because they had a running game.
Yeah.
They had a running game.
Yeah. And a pretty good defense and offensive line, too. Yeah.
The best. They had the best offensive line for a long time, man.
So he wants Joe Flacco, man. I don't want to see Flacco.
So what is he going to do? He's going to run RPO?
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, come on, man. Come on, man.
I mean, really, if you bench the quarterback, let's just say they did, and they put Flacco in, and they won a couple of games. I mean, is this team a really legitimate playoff team, even with flat? No, they're not going anywhere. Not this year.
Right. I'm trying to figure out how he feels as though this season is salvageable.
Mm-hmm.
Do you really think that Dallas is going to slow down in any way? And that's the only way we can.
Well, they could, depending on injuries or something like that. I mean, the Eagles have the easiest schedule the rest of the way, according to ESPN's FPI.
Yeah, the last 6 or 7 games are.
Well, it's all division stuff, really. And then the Jets you throw in there. They got the Lions on the schedule next week. Yeah, they've got Las Vegas, who's 4-2. Then at Detroit, who's 0-6. Chargers 4-2, at Denver 3-3. They started out like a house on fire. Now they've come back to earth. New Orleans is 3-2, and then it's at the Giants, at the Jets, WFT, Giants, at WFT, and then Dallas. And that last week against Dallas probably won't need that game, so they'll probably rest a lot of their guys.
Exactly.
So
we could pull that off.
Yeah. So they can basically stack a couple wins and ruin their draft pick. There he is.
What's up, fellas?
He's got his Temple hat on. No, you can't see. I got the shirt on underneath this thing. We were just talking about the Eagles and Marcus Hayes' piece where he said that he would bench Jalen Hurts. You agree with that?
No, I would. I mean, what's the point? What are we going to see with Joe Flacco? And all due respect to Gardner Minshew, I love the style. I love his flair and his swag.
Right.
He's a backup quarterback, and good for him. He'll play 10 years and he won't get beat up. We're not learning anything from either one of those two guys. You have nothing to lose. If you thought this was a playoff team, you haven't seen the Cowboys because they're running away with it. All right.
I just said that.
People don't want to realize that.
No, I know
actually good.
Hey, I get it, but you got to let them play. Now, the problem you have here is how much of it is Hurts just isn't the guy, or the coach is completely, completely incompetent. And it's probably both, right? I mean, I think Hurts is going to fit in the Minshew category, being a great backup for 10, 12 years.
Right.
Awesome attitude. Everybody loves him, the whole thing. But really, intangibles don't cut it. You got to be able to throw the football. Is he helped by the fact that they don't run it and Jalen Reagor's not a #1 overall pick, et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah.
No, he's not helped by that. But to bench him, what do you do? I mean, this is all about find out about the coach, find out about the quarterback. And at the end of the year, if you decide that neither one of them are good enough, move on.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you have a guy, how many Super Bowls have been won by quarterbacks that weren't blowing everybody off the water? The Ravens won a Super Bowl that way.
With Flacco.
I mean, come on, man. With Flacco, yeah.
And Eagles the other won one.
Brett Dilfer.
Yeah, Dilfer.
The Eagles won one the same way.
Yeah. Tampa won theirs with Brad Johnson.
Right.
Way back in the day.
So come on,
that's
man.
a long time ago. The league has changed.
Yeah, the problem is, though, it's so easy to just go quarterback and not pay attention to all the other stuff. It's easier to do as a fan because you don't want to admit about all the other shortcomings, right? And I think that's a big piece of this thing too. They're not a very good football team in general. And I know, people want to say, well, look, they only lost to the real kind of big boy type of teams. Okay. We're going to find out about that as the schedule goes on here with some of these other teams. It's not going to be Kansas City and, Tampa, et cetera, but they're a mediocre to less than mediocre football team, period. And it's not just the quarterback.
And you're absolutely right about that. Look at defensive. We have the worst linebackers in the league. You say what you want to say. I mean, I love Alex. I love him, man.
Singleton,
but he's not an impact. He's not an impact linebacker. What I'm saying is he'll average 11, 12 tackles a game. But if these tackles are made 3 yards before, 3 yards after the line of scrimmage, what I call impact tackle, then that's all for naught.
Somebody's got to make the tackle.
Yeah, if you're tackling a guy 8 yards down the field,
right.
So what?
Hey, Barrett, let's talk about the defensive ends for a minute. Josh Sweat got paid. Where's he been?
Right.
Derek Barnett makes a boatload. We know where he's getting back, right? Ryan Kerrigan, I can contribute more to the team than Ryan.
He's got one stat.
Yeah, he's got one tackle, which he lucked out.
He was just happened to be there, and the guy ran right into him behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and look, I know losing Brandon Graham was big, but come on, man. Like, this is next man up territory. And where are they?
Yeah.
Where are these guys stepping up?
The only guy's balling is Hargrave.
He's been great. Yeah.
And it for the first look, if you sit down and watch that Tampa Bay game again, and not Tampa Bay game, you watch the last game they just played, and you watch one-on-one block. When have I ever seen Fletcher Cox get blocked one-on-one?
Yep.
I saw it all last game in the first half. Second half, he came out like bonkers because his counterpart Hargrave started balling out. So once his counterpart started, I better get on my horse too and go make some plays. Then he started doing it. Come on, man. I need more out of my guy. You know, I mean, I know he's one of the best tackles in the league when he wants to be. Yeah. When he wants to be. Look, I never think you could block him one-on-one, ever.
You're right. And maybe it's just time's catching up to him, or I don't know what the situation is with him, but he's definitely not an impact player anymore. He's a starter, but by far the guy you got a game plan for is Hargrave. You know, and the shame of it is the secondary's played pretty decent for the most part.
Yes.
But what you're getting from the front seven is not acceptable. And a lot of this also, I think, has to do with the way they're being coordinated. Look, I think this team's being coached very poorly on both sides of the ball, frankly. And we killed Schwartz for how soft he played and his sticks defense.
Wow, this is soft.
This is like Jim Schwartz on crack.
Did you see that first drive against Tampa on Thursday night? It was just like 9 on 7.
Well, and you know Brady will, hey, you want to give me that? I'll bleed you to death.
I'll take it all the way down the field. Yep.
Right. So the book's out. Like, if we don't see, you got a little mini bye here, right? You get 10 days off and good. Like, some guys heal up, etc. But this is where you're going to really see it from the coaches. What adjustments, when you had a little bit of extra time, are going to be made going into this game against Vegas? And if you see the same crap where they don't run it and it's RPO city and wide receiver screens and defense playing soft and not playing with a set where you're going to blitz every once in a while.
That's tanking to me.
Yeah, it's tantamount to like it's malpractice what you're getting from these guys, because while they aren't a really good team, your coaching is like pouring salt in the wound here. You're not doing anything to make up for your shortcomings.
I know you chart the game, Rob, so you know firsthand. Because I had to go back through the play.
You guys want to see it?
But I was yes, we do want to see it at some point.
One second.
The only legal pads that rival Ray Diddy are Robbie E's. Okay, because
he doesn't care. Play. He doesn't care if they were playing Pop Warner football. If the Eagles were playing the Little Sisters of the Poor, he would still chart that game, bro.
No doubt. No doubt. Right. And I remember telling him, I said, Rob, you don't have to do this anymore. Like, the NFL.com has it the next day. You can just like print it off. It's beautiful.
Right, here's an example. I don't know how well you guys can see it.
Oh, yeah, we can see it. Oh, yeah, it's beautiful. Oh, man.
This is what a maniac. I do this for preseason games.
I know. You're
right. I didn't understand it, man.
Yeah. Right. And then hurry up offenses, too. That takes a lot. I mean, you got to scramble to get that play.
Kelly used to kill me. My fingers would be bleeding trying to keep up with him.
But where I was going is you know firsthand, because you chart the game, their first down lack of production is at an all-time high.
Yeah.
I mean, whether they're running it or trying to throw it, they don't get anything on first down.
No, did you say it was like 11? They have second and 11, like they average second and 11 every play.
Yeah, and they went 3 and out 6 of 7 possessions in that game against Tampa.
That's remarkable, Harry. Yeah. And Barrett, you know this as an offensive lineman. When you're in 2nd and 11, 3rd and 9 every single time, it's death, because the defensive ends and the defense in general and the coordinators are frothing at the mouth because they are just teeing off, and they know you're not going to try and run the ball.
Yep.
Man.
Yeah,
and you can't do anything about it. You're steady backing up, and you can't get off the ball. You can't go out there and hit somebody in the mouth because they refuse to run them. To only have one called run play in the first half of the Tampa Bay game was. Now, it should have been against the law.
It does feel like Harry, you're right.
Yeah,
I hadn't thought about this that
feels
much.
like a tank.
It does. It feels like process Sixers where Tony Roten is your leading scorer. Like, it feels like we're going to do everything we can to get the worst pick. Now, but like, it doesn't make sense because you went out and made some moves in the offseason that would say we're not straight up trying to tank. I don't know, man. Like, is this guy just taking the edict of we love passing offense and just like taking it to its Bible to him and you can't mix anything up. I can't figure this out.
We know the owner likes passing off.
That's what I'm saying. Is it coming from above, and he is just taking it so to heart because he wants a job that he's taking it to the ultimate extreme? Which you're doing your quarterback no justice. You're giving
none whatsoever. None whatsoever.
And the crazy thing, I love having all these draft picks, but the quarterback draft next year is not really that great. Okay, let's be honest.
Exactly right, Harry.
I mean,
we'll be back in the same position we are in right now with a quarterback that's really not efficient enough to be a top quarterback in the league. We will not get a franchise quarterback next year.
Yeah, like there's guys I like. I like Sam Howell. I don't love them.
I don't love them.
Right.
Yeah, I like the kid out of Mississippi, Corral.
Yeah,
I don't love him, and like, do I like him enough to gamble and take him as high? The brutal part is, if Hurts was good, you could have helped yourself incredibly if you nailed even 2 out of 3 at other positions, because you're potentially going to have 2. I don't know, the Colts pick. We're going to see how that goes. They're starting to play a little bit better, but you could have 3 in the top 10, which is crazy.
All right, let's table this, take a quick timeout, come back. We'll do some more Eagles, but I got to get Rob's opinion on what has transpired over the last couple of days with Ben Simmons, because the people want to hear it. Short timeout. I can't wait
to get you fired up about that, bro.
We'll be back on the middle.
As a hard-working American, you've never experienced how tough life can be until now. A catastrophic injury while working on the job. A personal injury from someone else's negligence. Turned away by other law firms in the region who didn't bother to learn your story. It's time to meet the Fritz & Bianculli Law Firm and managing partner Brian Fritz. Badly injured? Call the Fritz & Bianculli Law Firm. Find out why they say, "We got this."
The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull beef jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
At Stateside Vodka, every new customer gets the world's best rocks glass. Free.
What's that?
A rocks glass?
You're telling me that bottle is cut in half?
You could say that.
Holy shit.
And you're telling me I can get one of these glasses for free?
That's right. 1 free rocks glass per customer with each first-time purchase of Stateside Vodka. So good, it just disappears.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 98, is a proud sponsor of The Labor Show with J. and Krause every Saturday night from 6 till 8 p.m. IBEW Local 98's highly trained and superbly skilled electricians are the best in the business, setting the highest safety standards in the electrical industry. So when you're planning your next industrial, commercial, or residential project, choose an IBEW Local 98 union contractor. Learn more at IBEW98.org.
Go for the midnight dares. Go for the game. Go for the hits. Go for the fans. Go for the win. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Book your trip at theoceanac.com.
All right. We are back, final half hour of the middle on a Thursday. We got actually an NFL game tonight. I was saying to Barrett earlier on the show, man, it feels like it's been over 2 weeks since the Eagles have played. It's been a long week, man.
I don't like the bye, or the Thursday games.
I don't either.
man.
I don't either.
A, it's just the quality of football is bad, and B, you're right. It's almost like another bye week, man. It stinks.
I know.
So and all we do is just sit here and just smolter over the bad football we just watched.
Right, Barrett, especially coming off a loss, right? If it's a win, it's stomach, but a loss, man. And especially the way that game went. I know they made it close and covered, but
yeah, that's BS.
They were never in that game. If Tampa wanted to roll them, they would have rolled them.
Yeah. At no point did I think they were going to come back, simply because, I mean, Brady just was just being Brady. Brady said, "All right, then let me go ahead and jump out to a lead, and then I'm going to go ahead and just pound the rock."
Well, you know the way they looked at it, like, we're going to go in here and do exactly enough to get the win because we got some older players who are turning this thing around on 4 days rest.
Yep.
And then get ourselves a little mini bye to chill. That's how they looked at it. They weren't going to put any more due stress on Tom Brady than they had to, and it worked.
No doubt about it.
The worst thing that could have happened is us win this first game. The first game, because it allowed us not to temper our expectations.
And won it easily, too.
Yes.
I mean, that was like a no-sweat game.
So now we're thinking, oh, we're a lot better than what we thought. And I said that like a couple times, and I just got bit in the butt.
All right, we got some video and audio from Jason Kelsey. We found this on Jeff Mosher. Actually, 91 LSXers pointed it out to me on the stream, so I dug it up, sent it to Xander. Apparently, he's talking about Ben Simmons here. Let's hear this.
So, I think that's how you control everything. You really think about it like, if I just do this better, if I go out there and ball, if I go out there and play really good, nobody's going to have any choice but to love me and appreciate me as a player. So that's what I tell guys. You write your own narrative. What's going on. I don't want to crush any other player. What's going on with the 76ers, Ben Simmons, something like that. All that is because of a lack of accountability, a lack of owning up to mistakes, and a lack of correcting things. If all that got corrected, if you're fixing free throws, if you're getting better as a player, none of this is happening. Everybody can bitch and complain about how tough this city is to play in. Just play better, man. This city will love you.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good, Rob.
Amen. Amen. And here's what's fascinating. First of all, Kelsey gets it more than maybe any player that's ever been in the city.
Yeah.
Barrett, you can speak to this. There's no greater fraternity than players. Players almost always have each other's backs, will almost always side with themselves over anybody else, management, fans, whatever. What you're seeing with Simmons, and that's a great example right there, and that was great work out of you guys turning that around, is a great example of how no players have respect for this guy. The guys who are on his current team, Joel Embiid doesn't want to be a babysitter, okay?
Right.
And believe me, that's mild compared to the way he really feels and the way the rest of them feel.
Right.
Look at the retired players. Look at guys like Barkley. Look at the old school guys, Shaq.
Oh.
No one has any respect for this guy. They think he's a gutless, punk, brat, coward. And guess what? That's exactly what he is. There's a great line, okay, from Jaws. I know you guys have both seen Jaws.
Oh, yeah.
Quint, who's phenomenal.
Yes.
Robert Shaw, great actor.
He steals the movie.
He steals the movie.
Yeah.
He talks about a shark's eyes. They're like doll eyes. If you look at Ben Simmons' eyes, he has shark eyes. There's nothing behind him, man. It's just black and blank because there's no ticker. What he's about is money, fame, the lifestyle.
Right.
That's what he's about. And he's been rewarded
Flash.
every stop. Yeah, the flash.
No substance. Yeah.
Yeah. Every stop, this guy's been rewarded for being that guy, whether it's coming out of Australia, whether it's high school here at Montverde, whether it's LSU, whether it's being the first pick, rookie of the year, all-star, extension. Everything.
We should have known how selfish he was when he sat out a year just so he can get that $5 million
for the rookie of the year.
He told you right then who he was, and none of us wanted to believe him. When someone tries to tell you over and over again who they are, believe them.
Yeah,
okay?
right.
And we all wanted to believe something else. And here's the other part of this thing. By default, he's a great defensive player. What I mean by that is he's an insane athlete with an insane body. But because he never worked on the other parts of his games, he figured, all right, I can kind of do this without really having to bust my rear end. And that's why he's a great defensive player. With the areas that he really had to dig in at where nobody's around, nobody's looking, not in some gym in sweatpants playing against me and Harry, where it really counts, where he's got to do that stuff, he won't do it, man.
Right.
He won't do it.
Right.
I just said it, man. I said, I was an average athlete, bro. I was out there. I would just fight, scratch, and claw to stay in the league. You know what I'm saying? I would just outwork everybody.
Yep.
This dude doesn't even have to work, and he could be great. He could be the second coming of LeBron if he wanted to, and he choosing not to. How big of a waste is that?
Yeah.
I had to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and go run 2 or 3 miles because I knew nobody in my hemisphere on the East Coast will be running at 3 o'clock in the morning, trying to get better so he can make the team next year. You know what I'm saying? So I can make the team. That's why I'm doing this.
Yeah, and nobody's asking him.
Yeah, nobody. He doesn't have to do that.
Nobody's asking him to be Steph Curry from the 3-point line. Nobody's asking him to be Mark Price from the free throw stripe, for Christ's sake. Just go out and make 70% of your free throws and take a couple of frickin' jump shots.
Well, that's it. It's be competent at the free throw line and be willing to take a 10-footer. Like you're talking about the foul line. That's all you're asking.
15 feet.
No, but we're way past 3-pointers. Like that nonsense where people used to get worked up about threes. Forget that. That's all you're asking.
We don't care about that anymore, right?
Yeah. If you would just be willing to do that. I mean, I've never seen anything like the way that he responded in that Atlanta series. I mean, the way that he straight up hid on the floor in the Atlanta series, that was a precursor to all this. Like anybody who thought when you saw that video of him when the Sixers were breaking the huddle and he was standing in the back and he's wearing pants and he's got a phone, whatever.
Got a cell phone in there. Yeah.
Like, come on, man. And he knew what was coming. He knew the next day that there was a game. So he got himself, it was all calculated, got himself booted. I don't know what they're going to do today. I don't know how they're going to spin this. There's no way that if they are willing to throw him out there to the Sharks tomorrow night, there's no way that he'll be there. So he's going to do something else.
Right.
He's going to fake an injury. I've said it all along. He won't play for the Sixers again. And it's going to be a quad or a back, something an X-ray can't,
Right. The old soft tissue injury, Rob.
Exactly.
That's if I only had a heart. If I only had a heart, man.
Yeah. He's going to go down as the most vilified guy to ever play Philadelphia sports. Think about that.
Yeah.
That
right.
And
we got a long list.
I'm not prone to hyperbole, but he is that guy. He's that dude.
Yeah. But how many times did we forgive him? How many times we just let him go? How many times we were just his biggest inhibitors as a fan base?
Barrett, we're willing to look the other way, man, every single time.
Now that wasn't happening when I was playing, bro. Yeah. I remember for who, for what. I remember when he said that. As soon as he said for who, for what, Riley McKenzie did like this. Oh my God, what did he just do?
And
like that.
Right. And he never lived it down. And, and the shame of it is Ricky Waters put up monster numbers in his 3 years here. And
that
Ricky
year
Waters,
he had over 1,500 yards that year.
He had 1,000 times more heart than Ben Simmons ever will.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
He gets crushed.
Yeah.
Bro. And I went off yesterday, man, because I went off a tangent yesterday because it is a total waste. He's a total waste of space because he just doesn't want to work hard and become a good player, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And everything we're picking on him. We're not picking on you, bro. We're giving you every single opportunity to get better. Every single opportunity.
Well, and I love how some of the people from the outside that don't see this every day are actually taking his side.
Well, the guys who carry his water like Windhorst and
but Windy.
The way that he and his, conglomerate here, the Rich Pauls, the way they've handled this has been a joke. I mean, if you just went and checked the box of everything that they've tried here. First, he wasn't a fit with Embiid. It's the fans. Doc Rivers threw him under the bus. Like he's gone through. It's an embarrassing list of things that he tried. Ploys is what they were. They were ploys.
Well, apparently he was trying to get out of Game 7 with some COVID nonsense.
Yeah, claiming he had exposure to a or whatever. Like he doesn't have it. And the notion he's going to go somewhere else and then grow a pair. It's not happening. No. It's not. He's going to be the same guy. Now, the only way it works for him is if he ends up in Brooklyn where he's got Durant and Harden who are willing to take the big shots and he can hide the fourth quarter.
Or like a Golden State or something.
Or like a Golden State. But if he's anywhere else, this stuff isn't changing.
Yeah.
It's not changing.
I want him to go to NBA Siberia. And I mean, Minnesota, Cleveland, Sacramento, you name it. You know, I'll take Marvin Bagley and Buddy Hield and a draft pick, and I'll go to work.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
The biggest injustice would be if he ends up somewhere good and wins, and he doesn't have to change the way he does things. And he says, look, see, the way I play works.
That was in the wrong place. It was Philadelphia. Yeah, it wasn't me.
That would be the biggest tragedy. That would be the biggest tragedy ever.
Yeah, that would. All right, last thing. Got to get your take on the American Conference. Just acquired 6 teams from the monster league that is the Conference USA.
Oh, I know right now, Harry, and you know, you throw out the record books when Temple and UT San Antonio meet. I mean,
how about all the Al crime we got? We got Rice against Temple. We got FAU against Temple. FAU against Rice.
Man, boy, did those rivalries get turned up. I mean, this is like Calipari and Chaney back in the day when it was Temple and UMass. I mean, it's the same thing. It's very similar.
Oh God.
It sucks. And it's one of the things, and I love college sports, man, but this is one of the things that absolutely stinks about it. There's no geographical rivalries anymore. There's no history anymore. And how are you supposed to get some kid who's on the fence to get interested in honestly playing Rice or UT San Antonio? Give me a break.
Yeah, I know.
Bro, how about this? Cincinnati's gonna go in and beat my Kansas State Wildcats next year when he enters into the Big 12. Cincinnati may beat us by
They might win the whole thing this year.
Yeah.
What, bro, they might beat us by 100.
They beat you by 100. What do you think they're going to do to us?
Well, they did 52-3.
Yeah, and that was the mercy kill.
Yeah, 52-3. Yeah.
Bro, I actually called the Wagner game, Temple Wagner game, bro. Bro, I thought that quarterback was going to come in and he was going to make some things happen, man. From Georgia.
I didn't get a chance to see much of it. How did they beat Memphis? That's what I'm trying to figure.
They were down 17-0 in that game too, and came back and tied it at halftime, and then rolled them in the second half.
You know, they've done a really good, with the exception of Adazio, I couldn't stand. They've done a really good job of, and it's hard because guys just leave. I think Carey was the exception to the rule. I think they need to make a change there. I don't know if they will, but I don't love the way he's going about things.
Well, they were kind of in a tough spot because of what Diaz did to him. You know, he's here for 17 days or whatever it was. It was like, you know, at that point, who's available? Who can you really get?
I'd bring Al Golden back, man.
Yeah, I would too.
100%.
I'm actually, in a weird way, kind of hoping that Matt Rule fails miserably at Carolina. So maybe his wife says, you know, I really loved Philadelphia. Let's just go back there. You could have a lifetime contract to be the Temple Owls football coach.
The only way, Harry, you might get your wish unless he gets a quarterback, because that guy ain't it.
No.
Well, bro, let me tell you this. I actually did a Baylor game, and I sat down and talked to him. He said, man, if there was any place in college football I'm kind of, you know, disturbed that I left, was Temple. Said, I miss going out. I miss the city. I miss
They
the
love
team.
the city. That's true.
Oh, yeah,
they lived in the city. They weren't in the suburbs. He and his wife loved the city of Philadelphia.
They lived down there by the graduate hospital area.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
100%.
So, yeah, he would definitely come back here, but I think he's going to stay where he is.
The problem is he's at such a level financially, you know, that it would be tough for Temple to pull off. Like if he does go back to college, it's going to be somewhere where they can just pay him insane amounts of money.
I know.
Well, Rutgers did it. Rutgers brought back their guy.
They did, and yeah, Shiana's done a nice job for sure. Yeah, and that was a good move. But that was weird. I still can't figure out what went down at Tennessee with him. That whole thing.
Right.
Oh yeah, that was bizarre. What did you think of the Sixers apparently going out to dinner together? And they're going to do this on a routine basis on the road.
I think it was symbolic. I think it was a bleep you, Ben, that we are together. You can try whatever you want, but this is a tight group. I think it was – I don't know if they're going to do that every road trip, but I think it was something that they absolutely – the timing of it was 100% directed at Simmons.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this then. When you look at the team, the way it's constructed right now, with Ben not being on the floor, can they compete in the East?
I don't think they can get out of the East. I don't think they can get out of the second round. That's why I know we all just want to ship them off for a bag of balls. Like, I get it, but you really need more help. And I think Maxey will do a nice job, but ultimately, like, you watched a lot of that game last night. I know you guys watched it. It was ugly for a lot of that game. And, you know, New Orleans is not good to begin with, or especially not good without Zion. When you're playing really good teams, Brooklyn, you know, Milwaukee, et cetera, Miami in that conference, I don't know if what you're throwing out there is going to get it done unless you get something decent back. you know, what that is, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how. I really am trying to figure out how they're going to spin this thing, because Morey still kind of wants to play this long game and wait it out to see what teams go in the toilet, to see what guys are going to want their force their way out. And it's a prudent approach, but you got like a 4-alarm fire that you're not even throwing like a little cup of water on with this guy. He's trying to do everything to burn this thing down.
Well, he would have to be suspended indefinitely by the NBA in order
and this is
keep
Harry,
him away from the team.
Good point. And this is where, you know, Adam Silver wants to stick his nose into things when Sam Hinkie's here and he doesn't like the way the Sixers are going about their business and force Colangelo on him. What are you doing about this, man? This guy just signed a 4-year, $147 million extension, and you're doing nothing. Like, I saw him on the TNT pregame show on Tuesday, and he basically said, like, he just recounted what's going on. Yeah, you know, tough situation. He's got to just sign a new deal. And like, dude, how about you have an opinion? How about you get involved and you stop allowing Rich Paul to run the league? But he won't do that because he doesn't have any guts with the players.
Well, that's definitely a problem, man, because Rich Paul's like, well, see how many players I send your way, Philly.
Exactly.
Well, Maxi's one of them.
Well, yeah. But he got drafted there. He didn't have
he's already here. That where it's going to get interesting is going forward with his guys. So the whole thing's a mess, man. And it's if anybody thinks Simmons, just because he lost a game check, is going to come back and be all on board, they're kidding themselves. If anything, it's just going to get worse.
No, I don't think it's irreparable now. I think with the teammates, I think that's where the real. I think would Doc bring him back and be okay with it? He's a coach. He'll coach, you know, who's there. But I think the teammates would not want him. They probably don't want him anywhere near him.
Yeah,
well, I know Embiid doesn't.
I know. I'm with you, Barrett. I would love to give Embiid some truth serum and just really let him go off. You know what I mean?
I can hear him now. Yo, I can't stand that dude. He's a cancer on this team.
Yeah, he doesn't respect. Look, the thing with Joel is it's a shame, because here's the other issue, guys. We know he can't stay healthy. There's a moment last night early he's grabbing his leg already.
I know.
You know, I'm like, here we go.
I know.
So you can lock in he's going to miss 20.
Yeah.
So you figure there's 20 games you're not going to have Joel or Ben, and you're asking Korkmaz to go bananas and
Drummond, to play extensive minutes.
Tyrese and these other guys, and you're asking a lot of those guys. Like they need another stud.
Oh, I tell you, every time he hits the floor, Rob, you're just like, oh my
every
God,
time.
Is he going to?
Even when he lands, it's never smooth.
No.
It's always like it's season ending.
It's like a deer coming off the front of your car and hitting the side of the road.
It's a giraffe.
Start calling him Bambi.
Oh my God.
Oh. And the other thing is, you don't have to try to save every ball or go for every block. Sometimes I'd rather the other team just score and you do it.
Right. Exactly. Right. Hey, Rob, really appreciate you jumping on at a moment's notice, man. The stream loves you.
Thanks.
And you wore the Temple hat. Does that mean Temple are they one of your plays this weekend on your TV show?
Hell no. 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 And the TV show is on, thankfully, after Temple. So
that's right. That's right.
Sunday mornings.
Sunday mornings.
Yeah, Sunday mornings, 8:30. Odds on CBS 3. Our boy Derek Gunn, our buddy Derek Gunn, and I.
Yep.
We do every game on the card, but we also will mix in Sixers, Flyers, futures, all that kind of stuff too. So
now, what about the radio? Are you on this weekend at all?
I'm on post game on WIP with my boy Danny Klecko. So we'll be
okay. Oh yeah,
bro,
how's he doing?
I heard you going off, bro. I heard you going off. I was like,
I go bananas. Klecko's great, man.
Yeah, he's great.
He's the best, dude.
Klecko sits back and he's like, well, you're right. You're right, Rob. You're right, Rob.
What I love about Dan, so there's like you as well, Barrett. What I love about Dan is he's got no agenda. Like, he's not trying to get in some front office. He's not trying to get some gig. So you're going to hear an unvarnished take without something else being there. You get with some analyst. Like, he's just like, dude, I'm telling it like it is, and he has there's no filter there, and that's what's fun about it.
That's good stuff. So that's the post game show on IP.
Post game show on IP. Right. Yeah, as soon as the game ends, and then we do the Eagles' fifth quarter, and then the TV show is 8:30 every Sunday morning on CBS 3. Odds on.
Beautiful. There he is. Thanks so much, Rob.
Love you guys.
All right, bro. Have a good one. That's my guy, man.
Oh yeah, he's great. They go through the whole card, him and D Gun.
Oh yeah. But you know what's bad, man? Because I listened to them on my way home. After the post game, after I do the post
game TV show. Yeah.
They're still on for an hour and a half
Oh,
after
yeah.
I get off.
I bet they do a 4-hour post-game show.
Yep, 4 hours, and then they do an hour after that.
What?
So, yes.
5 hours?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
So I listened to that on the way home. But then in the morning time, I don't know why he does it, but Derek calls me on his way there, and it's always like 6 in the morning, or he'll text me at, when he's on his way in to let me know, yeah, I'm up this early in the morning and I'm pissed off. It's
right.
like, I'm passing your old job right now, man. I'm like, yo, just because he's mad because he has to get up, bro.
Right.
One of those things.
All right, Barrett, do you have a side tonight in this football game? Because I know you'll be watching. I don't know if I will.
I'm going Denver.
You're going Denver.
Yeah, I'm going Denver.
All right. So you don't believe in Case Keenum?
No.
You're going Drew Lock.
I'm going Drew Lock outright, and I think he's gonna make it happen, man. Because just like you said, he can hose the ball a little bit. Well, Eytan was saying that he can. Yeah,
Eytan was saying. Eytan likes the over for the team over for Denver.
Yep,
over 20.5. So, well, hopefully it's an entertaining game. I'll probably be watching the baseball. We might have a closeout game tonight. So
you think?
Yeah, we could. Yeah. I know some people are holding out hope that the Dodgers, get this to 6 or 7 games. I don't know, man.
Well, I mean, at this point, man, there's too many games that are being officiated the wrong way, bro.
Yeah,
and it's started to make a direct reflect on how these games are, the outcome of these games, man. It's just not right, bro.
Yeah,
it's not right.
All right, enjoy the game. We'll be back tomorrow for a football Friday. I'm sure Eytan will be locked and loaded and ready to go at 11 o'clock.
Refreshed and ready to rock.
Exactly. Thanks for watching.
As a hard-working American, you've never experienced how tough life can be until now. A catastrophic injury while working on the job. A personal injury from someone else's negligence. Turned away by other law firms in the region who didn't bother to learn your story. It's time to meet the Fritz & Bianculli Law Firm and managing partner Brian Fritz. Badly injured? Call the Fritz & Bianculli Law Firm. Find out why they say, "We got this."
The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull Beef Jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
At Stateside Vodka, every new customer gets the world's best rocks glass. Free.
What's that?
A rocks glass?
You're telling me that bottle is cut in half?
You could say that. Holy shit.
And you're telling me I can get one of these glasses for free?
That's right. 1 free rocks glass per customer with each first-time purchase of Stateside Vodka. So good, it just disappears.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 98, is a proud sponsor of The Labor Show with J. and Krause every Saturday night from 6 till 8 p.m. IBEW Local 98's highly trained and superbly skilled electricians are the best in the business, setting the highest safety standards in the electrical industry. So when you're planning your next industrial, commercial, or residential project, choose an IBEW Local 98 union contractor. Learn more at IBEW98.org.
Go for the midnight dares. Go for the game. Go for the hits. Go for the fans. Go for the win. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Book your trip at theoceanac.com.